Welcome to the Health Coach Nation podcast. My name is Haley Rowe. I'm a sales and marketing coach and strategist for health coaches, life coaches, and wellness professionals who want to become a leader in their field by building their online community, rocking their sales process, and finally feeling confident about how they promote themselves and their marketing. On this show, we talk about tips to grow your business, save yourself time, and finally be able to create a sustainable, profitable business. Let's get into it. If you're a new coach and you're looking to get your next client or your next sale, I want to invite you to my free live class coming up May 17th, that's a Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Time, because I'm going to be sharing with you the 4 basics of client attraction and the standout formula to attract paying clients, people who can actually afford your services, if you know what I mean. So if you want to join me for this, go to haleyrowe.com, scroll down on the homepage, sign up for my email list. You'll see a little email box for my free niche marketing training and Instagram bio checklist. That's how you sign up. You'll get a free gift and you'll get the updates about the class and how to attend and all that good stuff. It's free. We're going to have a good time. We're going to get you out of overwhelm mode and we're going to get you stopping this whole shiny object syndrome thing that you're getting stuck in. So I can't wait to see you. Let's do this May 17th, 6 p.m. Central Time. See you there. Hello. Today we're going to talk about creating fun and joy in your coaching business. So if you are a coach and sometimes you're like, I just can't seem to catch a break, or I don't feel like it today, or this should be working faster, or whatever it is, wherever you're at in your coaching business, I want to share some ways to make your business more fun and have more fun with sales and marketing, because I know a lot of coaches dread sales and marketing, and they think that, it's has to be this whole elaborate process and really complex and super complicated. And when you're starting out, it really does not. It can be simple. And so we're going to talk about some ways to bring back that excitement in your coaching business. So drop a 1 if you feel excited about your coaching business, and drop a 2 if you're kind of like, kind of annoyed with the sales and marketing piece. And what I want to ask you is, in your life, or in your business, I should say, what is your Super Bowl? So the reason why I ask this question is because when you think about the athletes who train for the Super Bowl, they are very focused on that Super Bowl, and they every single day are training for it. And it's like this big, exciting event that they are looking forward to. And everything they do is leading up to that. And there's meaning behind it. And they have their team all focused on one core thing. And it is like exciting, right? So in your business, if you're kind of like, I'm posting the things, I'm doing the calls, I'm doing this and that, but there's no kind of driving factor or thing you're focused on right now and getting excited about and anticipating, it's going to feel kind of like boring sometimes, right? And it's okay to be bored. Like, actually, that's just something you're going to have to get used to in your coaching business. Some things will just be boring. But at the same time, when you give yourself something to look forward to and make like something that you're focused on making the best it can possibly be, it's way more fun, and you can gamify it and kind of like have little milestones for yourself and that kind of thing. So right now, like my Super Bowl, most recently, there's a couple things that I've been working towards as my like Super Bowl. One is this launch I just did with the Fast Track Plan to 10K months as a health or life coach, teaching you that in live event, and then talking about the Zero to Hero Coach Inner Circle and opening for that. And it's been really, really fun to create that whole process. It started back in like November when I first started creating the hype emails, and then having, the webinar plan or the live event plan, and then practicing it, and then doing it, and then the follow-ups, and then looking at the data from it and taking the calls from it and booking the clients from it. And it was like this whole fun event, this whole launch that was really fun for me to, and also, sometimes a lot, but it was fun in that I knew what I was working towards. I had a common goal. I, did all the parts. I enjoyed all the pieces. And it was like this cohesive thing that was a way to have something to look forward to, have a way to serve, something that I was excited about, that kind of thing. Another example of my Super Bowl, quote unquote, right now is I'm really looking into my processes for client delivery and seeing ways that I can make it even better, even more efficient, even take out time that they don't have to spend on certain things. And it's very fun because my on the other side of that is clients, having even better results, feeling like they are supported along the way, taking old pieces of content and taking the best parts of it, and then that kind of thing. So it's like this thing that I'm working towards, and it's in a sense like something I'm training for and reminded of, rather than feeling like scatterbrained in my business and drained by all the things, et cetera. It gives me a priority. It gives me a goalpost. It gives me something to look forward to, that kind of thing. So that's the Super Bowl concept. I want you to comment, what is your current Super Bowl? What is it in your business right now that you are working towards to make the best it can possibly be? You're training for it. You're doing all the things, right? The other thing that I want to mention with bringing back joy and fun in your business is to understand that it is never a waste to make something like get really good at something and make that your focus. So in other words, if you're a performer and you only you feel like it's not fun anymore because you're not getting any gigs or you're not winning at any auditions, then you are going to feel like it's not fun, right? But if you are a performer and you can perform anytime, any place, whether it's free, whether it's not free, whether it's paid, whether you get the part, whether you don't get the part, and you're performing and you're having fun with that, and you're just focused very much on becoming the best performer you can possibly be and all the steps that it takes to get to that, you're going to be a way more energized performer and a better performer because you've been focused on the right thing, getting better as a performer. So in your coaching business, it's never a waste to do the things that strengthen you as a coach. So in other words, planning a launch, and even if it fails, you became a better coach, marketer person because you went through the steps, you did this, and now you have the data on the other side to keep improving. So that's an example. Like, pick something you want to be really good at, and and make it fun to become the most awesome thing at that, just for the sake of becoming awesome at that thing. And then the byproduct of that is the results you get. But that's not the reason why you're doing it in the first place. And that's how you keep yourself energized, focusing on the process-oriented goals rather than only the end goal. Because when you only have the end goal and that's the only thing you're interested in, the whole process you dread, right? So you have to make the process gamified and fun and have metrics and goals and you showing up the best you possibly can in the process to get to the end goal. And that's super important. So it's never a waste of time. You're always getting better at your craft, whether the end result goes the way you want it or not. The way you have fun is by being like, well, I don't even care how the end result goes. I mean, you can care, but you know what I mean? Like, but I am going to have a blast doing this and be the best it can possibly be. And I know I'm going to show up great. And what others decide to do or not do, or if they comment on my video or if they don't comment on my video, I'm not concerned with that. I'm concerned that I am like having a blast becoming the best possible coach I could be, right? So the other thing that you could think about is, how do you think about your success? So when you're putting a lot of pressure on the end goal, rather than focusing on this, my success is going to be inevitable because I'm going to become the person who can achieve the end goal, you're going to be in a better position. So if you are focused on making the understanding that you get to make the process fun, you get to create the success you want, you get to make your success inevitable by how you show up today and what you do today, because you focus on today rather than just the end goal, like we talked about, where you set yourself up for failure if you're just focused on the end goal and not thinking about the day-to-day stuff and how you're going to make that doable for you and fun and gamified and all that stuff. Now, the other thing is tracking your wins. So this sounds nerdy, but it's actually very fun. Okay. So if you track any sort of like, so you have to give yourself the opportunity to focus on the good, because so often our brain is focused on everything that's wrong, everything that's not going right, and we have to consciously direct our brain to focusing on what's right. So one of the things that I do is I literally track my wins, partly because I have bad memory and I want to remember my life, and so when I write down my wins I remember them, but partly because I want to build positive momentum and see more opportunities and see more ways I can do things better and see more wins in the future, because what you keep doing, you create more of, right? So when I track, like, oh, I insert certain results. I, was on a podcast today. That was fun. I booked a client. I, had 35 people at my live event, right? Like, those things are a way to track my wins and get my brain focused on, oh, interesting, I had 35 people on my live event. What now? What can I do with them now? How can I, make it even better? It's focused on that, rather than if I was just thinking about what's wrong all the time, like, oh, I got to clean up this document and I got to send this to this and I got to fix this and I got to do this. It feels exhausting, right? So tracking your wins to create more wins and to put you in a winning momentum, always winning mindset, that will change your end results, because you are more magnetic. People are more attracted to you when you're more positive, and you have way more energy to put into your business because you're not burnt out and dreading the whole process. And it's sustainable for you because you're focused on the wins, you're enjoying the process, you're able to show up every day, that kind of thing. The other thing is, put a yes if this is helpful, but I'd love to hear in the comments what you do to keep yourself excited and fun and happy about your business. Aside from just having an awesome business and loving what you do, but what do you do to actually gamify and actually make it fun, right? Okay, the other thing you can do is have a goal and be up for the different paths to getting there and continuing to refine whatever it is you chose as your path until you get there. So we call this, if you've ever read Grant Cardone's 10X rule book, massive action. What it means is you set a goal, and if you don't achieve it with the way you thought it was going to be achieved, you don't give up on that way you thought it was going to be achieved. You just keep improving it, tweaking it, refining it, making it better until you do achieve the goal. So what most people do, and this is why they don't have fun in their business, is they set a goal. They maybe don't hit it the first time or within the timeline that they thought. So then they either give up or lower the goal or jump to another method before evaluating. And then they go on this like roller coaster. But if they're like stable, cool, calm, and collected, and like, hey, I tried this thing. It didn't get me to my goal completely yet, but I did get closer, and here's what I'm going to refine for now to keep it going and keep improving it until I get to the goal. That's a much better way to keep the momentum and stability and fun in your business, rather than setting a goal, giving yourself this timeline. If you don't hit the timeline, the goal is lost cause. You close yourself off to other ideas or other ways you can improve the current path you're on, or you do the shiny object syndrome jump where you jump to something that you think is going to be better, but you didn't finish the thing over here and it was halfway done. You could have just kept going with it and refining it and being fine with, continuing to progress, but you do the jump because it was uncomfortable and you didn't hit the goal. So you're like jumping around. So that is like the process of dread versus staying the course. No shock here. Like, I didn't hit my timeline, but I'm just going to keep refining until I do. My success is inevitable. It's going to be fine. And having fun with I'm going to have fun seeing the different ways I can tweak something and do it differently or improve it or whatever. I've done this so many times with events or challenges, like Facebook challenges and stuff, where I've set a goal. And if like, for example, I very close to my goal that I had for my current launch, but I didn't completely hit it. So knowing that I'm at, almost where I want it to be, I'm now going to go back and be like, where are my like blind spots? What can I improve? What can I add next time? And keep going with the same path, the same process improving it and having fun seeing the ways and the opportunities I missed and like that kind of thing. So this is always it's all about emotional stamina and endurance. And if you don't have that in your business, you're subject to how other things externally from you happen. And that is a worse place to be in your business, because that is called immaturity. and that is called things just happen and I don't create my results. But if you want to be more responsible and I think responsibility is actually fun because you get to create the results that you want. You got to track your wins. You got to focus on the opportunities. You have to understand that you get to create your results with your thoughts and how you show up and the energy you give and all that stuff. And the last way I think people lose fun in their business is they get in this mindset of like, I give so much and I receive so little, And when you're in that mindset, it is going to feel very draining. But if you're like, I give so much, I have so much fun giving, I know it always comes back to me in some way, shape, or form, then you're like a whole different person, right? And you never burn out. I give a lot of freebies, a lot of podcast episodes, a lot of stuff. And I'm never like, I put a lot into that. Like, this one podcast episode should have generated 12 clients. Like, I don't feel that way. I just know it sits there. I know it accumulates. I know it gets me clients because I hear people say, I listened to podcasts for 6 months and I love it. Like, and it does. It always comes back to me. I choose to believe that. And it's way more fun to choose to believe that than like, I give so much and I don't reciprocate, or like people don't reciprocate. So giving, appreciation for your business, tracking your wins, all of this stuff is super fun if you allow it to be. And getting out of your own way and your own doomsday story about how all the things that are wrong, why you're a failure, making things mean personal things about you, thinking that everything that happens just happens and it's out of your control versus taking that internal locus of control. This is what we've talked about today. And this is what I want you to focus on, is focusing on that wins. What is your Super Bowl you're working towards and training for? How are you going to be in tip-top condition for your next client, for your next thing? And that's what I wanted to share with you today. So if you have any questions, let me know, but I will talk to you soon. And if you're not already in the Health Coach Nation Facebook community, be sure to join us over there, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. And if you liked it and want to reserve your very own free sales audit, go to haleyrowe.com/strategy-call to book your very own free sales audit. On the call, we'll talk more about the common concerns you get from your ideal clients, how to overcome those concerns, how to coach through objections, how to change your mindset around sales and improve your sales process so you can be closing and converting more clients. I can't wait to connect with you, and go to haleyrowe.com/strategy-call to take the first step. Thanks so much. Have a good day.